In this lesson, we're going to be looking at functions. Our objective: understand what a function is, understand how to determine if a table is a function, and understand how to determine if a graph is a function. Vocabulary: function, relationship of variables where each input has only one output. Basically, we put a number in, we're only going to get one answer from that input. Vertical line test, method to check whether a graph is a function or not. So the first version we're going to look at is what I like to call the pop machine test. And this is used for tables of values. If you have ordered pairs, just put the ordered pairs in a table and this test works perfectly. Okay, the reason we call it a pop machine test is when you have a pop machine, if you put money in and you hit the button on the pop machine, you expect to get a specific pop from that button. But if you hit that button once and get one type of pop, when you hit it a second time, you expect to get the same type of pop the second round. That means that the machine is functioning correctly. So if we're only getting one answer, we say that that is a function. If we're getting multiple answers from the same input, we say that that's not a function. That would, having one input give us two answers would be like hitting a button of a pop machine twice and getting two different pops. It's not working right. So, inputs X pushed once. So let's look at example 1. We pushed -3, we pushed 4, we pushed 2, we pushed 0, we pushed -2, we pushed +1, and we pushed -5. Notice none of the inputs are pushed more than once. Each one is pushed once. Since each one is only pushed once, that means each one can only give one answer. So because we pushed each number only once, that's a function. Let's look at example 2. Inputs pushed more than once. So 5, 2, -1, 3, 2, -5, 6. Notice we pushed 2 twice. So since we pushed 2 twice, for it to function properly, we have to get the same answer both times. In the first one, when we pushed 2, we got an answer of 8. For the second one, when we pushed 2, we got an answer of -1. Because those gave us two different answers, that's like pushing a button on a pop machine and getting two different pops. It's not functioning right. So there's how we test a table. Next we want to look at a graph. So here we have two graphs. What we like to use is, I like a straight edge. It can be a ruler, could be your pen or a pencil. And I like to take my straight edge and turn it vertically, or up and down. And what we do is we use a vertical line test. For a vertical line test to work, what we do is when we put what we're searching for is a spot where if we put the vertical line on top of the graph, we will touch the graph in more than one spot. If you notice, anywhere I put this vertical line on this first example, it never crosses more than one spot. Because of that, that's considered a function. So if it never crosses more than once, it's a function. Here, you can already kind of see it with the coordinate plane drawn, but if I take my vertical line and I put it on the graph, it will cross in two spots in this one place that I'm doing it. Notice that line right there crosses in two spots. That's when we have two outputs, when that vertical line crosses in two spots. So this right here is not a function. Alright, so next I'm going to give you a table and a graph, and I would like you to use the pop machine test and the vertical line test to figure out which one, if either of them are a function or not. So here's what I'd like you to do. Draw this table out and figure out, is it a function or not? Write down your answer. Draw this graph out. Yes, this type of graph is possible. And figure out, using the vertical line test, is it a function or not? If there's any part of this video that you didn't understand, or you have or you need to rewatch, make sure you pause, rewind, and rewatch, and bring any questions to class. Thank you.